Hey guys, today I'm gonna do my deep dive into Peace Talks by Jim Butcher. Okay, my last video, if you haven't already seen it, I did my spoiler-free review. There's obviously always like a couple hints or smidgens of information that you probably have already heard about Peace Talks, but if you have not read the book, stop, because there are huge spoilers. Like, I don't want to ruin the series for you. There are big spoilers in Peace Talks that I do not want to spoil for you before Battleground and Peace Talks, because he is doing a great job of build-up, and if you just want to ruin it, okay, fine, watch the video. But if you have not read Peace Talks, if you have not read it, don't watch this, okay? Okay. First off, I'm still frustrated. I filmed both the videos in the same day, so it's only been 30 minutes since I have finished Peace Talks, and my brain is dying. But let's begin! Okay, so I already made videos about the first 6 chapters. I will briefly talk about that for like 2 seconds, whatever. I think I really enjoyed how the book started off just like Changes, talking about a pregnancy and a child coming in. I think that's funny, and I think that's hinting at how big Battleground is going to be, because Peace Talks was not exactly that big. Kind of. I think that's terrible, but funny, because now I know how it ends. For now. And also the setting up with Maggie and Ebenezer, and all the conflict with Thomas and Ebenezer. I hate the conflict between them because I know the pain and everything. But he set it up really well, because the conflict really does a nice curve, and I don't know if it really ends on a good note, but the conflict is finally talked about, because it has not been. It's been pushed off, and I just don't understand why. But now, okay, we get through that, and there's the problem of the peace talks. Of course, it's a huge deal. All of the accorded nations are finally going to meet up. We have not seen this many power people in a book ever. We didn't even know some of these people existed in the first couple of books. So seeing them now is kind of whoa, awe. And when you think Mab is this badass strong person, and you look around the room of the Accords, you're like, wow, these are all pretty strong people. And then who walks in? You know. And I hope that all you spoiler people clicked off. This Titan god Ithanu lady, I hope that's how you say it. What? This is what makes me the most upset, because I've never heard any hints of this coming up, or anything really about the former for a couple of books. Nothing too big with them, obviously, because we're waiting for this big thing to explode, and it's just this whole new introduction of someone that can literally turn people to dust or kick Mab, treat Mab like she is a baby, which is insane, because we thought Mab was signing a deal with the devil. No. The devil is not Ithanu, but Ithanu may be worse, because we've met Hades. And I don't understand! Ah! It frustrates me! Okay, I understand. Whatever, yeah. The Laura and Harry, is it just me, but I feel this romantic, clicking between them. Yes, Harry and Murphy are finally together, dating, and they're having this good time, but don't hate me. I feel like all of the build-up just kind of flattened, because once you finally reach the point where you're dating, it just kind of stopped the interest. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like something's gonna go wrong in their relationship, because I don't feel like it's endgame anymore. I thought it was. Before I read Peace Talks, I thought that them getting together would be the ultimate thing. But even in cold days, there was some kind of like questionable feelings with each other, you know? And I just don't know how I feel about Harry dating her right now. With Karen being hurt and breaking through her cast, I was just like, oh my god, you're crazy. How could you... Like, one crazy character, Harry pushing through at all costs, making the deal with Mab, saving his daughter, all the repercussions. One crazy decision was enough. I really don't want Karen to jump and be just like Harry as well, because I thought that they kind of balanced each other out. But now, like, since she doesn't have very much to lose other than him, she can be just like him, and I don't like it that much. Not any hate on her. I like how her character is changing. I like that she's able to change, because a lot of side characters in books are just stagnant, but Jim Butcher does great work. I'm scared. I'm really scared. That's what it is. So I struggled to get through the, like, first whole middle of the book until it got to the Ethanmu, like, part, and I was just... The whole raid to save Thomas, I was like, okay, woohoo. It's finally getting on, and then this titan goddess walks in. Can you feel my frustration? Is it going through the phone? Like... Battleground is going to be insane. Like... It's going to destroy us, I think. Also, most of the predictions I made for peace talks did not come true. I was feeling good about them, but no. Now there's a little bit of a conflict with Lara and Harry, which I don't understand why. I thought he could easily explain and it was the best option, but I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. I still think that Harry's gonna have to tap into the power of Demon Reach. Okay, I'm getting off topic, whatever. The next big thing that really happened... Can we talk about Butters being with 2 girls for a second? What? Like, what? The Knight of the Cross, Waldo Butters, the coroner... That was so funny, okay? I love that. Brought in humor. Makes it a little more lighthearted. The other really funny thing, I think there was a reference to Trump. Maybe I'm misremembering it. Maybe, I don't know. I laughed at that if it exists. And when he was singing the Spider-Man song, crawling down the laundry pipe... Oh, and then he made spiders appear with his conjuritis. That was pretty funny. Also, what is conjuritis? Why have we never heard of this before? I feel like this brought up so many things that, like, we didn't even know existed. Which is frustrating. Because there's a lot of problems that we already know that exist. Like, where is Cowell? Is he behind this? The Outsiders, all that stuff. I mean, it ties in a little bit to this book because they're attacking at the same time, which is really sketchy. What is happening? Okay. And I am just so terrified. Because why do we have to introduce new things? Like conjuritis, this Ethanmu. We already had enough with changes. Okay, no. I love where the series is going. This is just my broken heart and my brain rambling on, so maybe disregard half of what I'm saying. What happened next? Freydis hitting on Murphy was another point where I was just dying laughing. That was so funny. What is going on with, like, the threesomes in this book? Okay, 2 of them, but, like, what? And, okay. Something is going on in Jim's mind. Or maybe in the world, who knows. I want to know what Battleground is going to say to Harry and what is going to happen to Mab, because no one ever gets to approach Mab and live, yet Ithanmu kicked her through 2 walls. What? I remember when the biggest fear was like the godmother in the first couple of books, or maybe, I don't know, the biggest fear was something that is literally a speck of dust now, and Mab just got treated like a speck of dust. I need to breathe, okay? How? Next, thank the gods, Harry gets to find out a smidge of information about being Starborn, the 666th year, whatever, and he was born under that light to be Starborn, which means he can challenge the outsiders, like his mind won't be compromised. And there's more that he needs to know that apparently River Shoulders knows as well. Like, who all knows this stuff, and why, and is it going to be of importance in Battleground? That's just what I want to know, because Ebenezer knows, River Shoulder knows, I bet Battleground knows, maybe he made reference to it. So why can't we know, and why is it such a secret? Is it, okay, yes, it's very rare, but if all these people know, like, why can't Harry know if he actually is the Starborn? There's so much we don't know. So much. And I keep being reminded of it. But I was glad to see that. There was finally the battle. Like, we get to see Ebenezer in action. Even in Changes, we got to see him for like a little bit where he just wiped out all those people dead, but that was about it. Now we got to see him fight those weird dog-looking things, outsidery things, with Harry, and that was cool, and then fight Harry in real life, and I was like, ah, no! That whole scene was just tearing me apart because, yeah, Harry was not there, he was like an illusion, whatever, but the heartbreak was pretty terrible because we don't want Ebenezer and Harry to get in trouble, and we finally get to see how alike they are because Harry is very hot-headed and a mess, and Ebenezer has always been like, stop it, boy, stop it, Haas. And now even we see him struggling to control himself and murdering Harry accidentally. Well, the vision of him, that's gonna have some serious consequences. And again, I feel like he's going to die before it's resolved. Just because, how else will Jim hurt our hearts and souls? Probably just that way. It would be, I don't know, perfect. Maybe it's too cliche for Jim, I don't know. That's just what's going on in my head, so. It ends on the boat ride back after they deposited Thomas in a cell, which, again, was a smart move, but that just felt terrible. Because I've never seen him have to put someone in the cell, like, we never really got to know much about it. And then it just kind of happens really fast, and he's gonna have to deal with pain. And I thought they would just put him on the island and let him chill on the island, but no, he's in a cell and he may never get released. How is that better than death? Maybe because there's hope. Maybe, okay. But I don't know how much hope there is. There's just been a lot of moments where Murphy and Harry are comforting each other, which comforts me, the reader. But it just feels off. It feels off. Does anyone else agree? Am I the odd one out here that just feels like it's weird? Please leave it down in the comments because I want to know. I'm a tad bit concerned because Maggie is in the city, obviously at the Carpenters, yet Harry doesn't seem to be super concerned about that, even though the whole city may burn and blow up. I just feel like his concerns are all over the place, and maybe that's actually smart for the situation, because who knows how we would be thinking if we were put in the situation. Maybe I should have waited a day before I did this review, because my brain is destroyed. And it wasn't even that bad. I don't know why my brain is destroyed. If you guys have read it, please comment down below how you're feeling right after you finished it or right now. I would like to know. We can console each other. So I know the book was supposed to be one book combined, and this was probably the whole beginning of the book, because it ends like right as the boat's coming back to shore, as he has to go talk to these people before Ethanmu destroys the entire Chicago, before all the mortals in the world go against all the supernatural, which please don't let that happen. Like, oh, it's like you end a season of a show with a huge cliffhanger and it doesn't come out for another year. Luckily, we're getting the book in a month? I don't remember right now, sorry. But it's like really hard to kind of process the emotions since they're so unfinished. And being on that boat going back, I just feel like this whole beginning, it's like a huge preparation for a cleanse of the whole Dresden world. It just sort of feels like we're going to be getting rid of a lot of things during Battleground. Because in a way it feels like a holy journey. Am I the only one that thinks that? Just the ending with a boat and water being the thing, kind of like Noah's Ark vibes, which obviously holy things are brought into literature a lot of the times to signify many different things. I just feel a little bit of that here. And even with the beginning, like, there's Justine and she's pregnant like a child, which is New Hope, and then the world also being purified too. There's a lot of things that could possibly be hidden gems, or maybe I'm just making stuff up, but either way, I'm gonna dwell on it until the next book comes out. And I haven't even brought up the White Council. So I have not gotten to the Molly and Carlos story yet. I know there's things that I needed to know, and I'm kind of frustrated that I didn't read it first, but I always want to start reading the book that I just bought because I have a backwards brain or something. But Carlos is off. Something is wrong with Ramirez. I don't know what's going on with him. He got hurt really bad. I'm assuming that's in the Molly story. And he's acting awfully suspicious. When he pulled out Harry, when Harry would not tell them like who he's been with that night, I was super annoyed because why wouldn't he just tell them? But also the trust issues, putting her in danger. Okay, I understand that. Why is Ramirez being so paranoid and not trusting Harry when he's trusted Harry to the max all the other times? It doesn't make sense to me. Because how has he proven himself to be bad in any way? I feel like no one's giving him a chance to be good. Everyone's like, oh my god, you work for Mab? You're instantly bad. Like, there's no redeeming qualities. Like, they haven't even met with him since then, or that I know of. And they don't know the struggles that he's going through, and putting this picture onto him is not helping in any way. It makes him look worse. Because how are you supposed to act when people confront you about that stuff? So, I feel like Carlos is compromised. The backstabbing, it's gotta come from somewhere. Just gotta say, that was hinted at in like the second, third chapter. Didn't hear anything really in peace talks other than that one hint. So it's definitely gonna happen in Battleground. along with every other thing I predicted in Peace Talks, pretty much. I think the only couple things that I predicted was, I don't know, Harry having a place to live. I can't think of anything else. I mean, a conflict within the White Court definitely happened. So there's that. I said one of the Wraiths would probably die. And I know it's not death, but Thomas is basically dead. At least to us now. He's probably going to be the only one that's going to make it out of Battleground for sure, since he's protected in Demon Reach. So keep that in mind. At least he is safe. Justine better stay safe. Maybe Harry should just lock up everyone he cares about in Demon Reach. Ugh. So annoyed. I love Thomas. I don't want him to be locked up. And why didn't they find someone for him to feed on or something? I just... There's too much. There's too much. And the sheer... Sorry if I'm jumping around a lot. I just tend to do that when I am rambling on my thoughts. I don't go with notes during these videos, guys. Like, I just stare at the book, maybe flip open a random page, and then I see a name and I'm like, ooh, I remember. So, Ithanu has this intense hatred for humans, and since she just killed everyone in sight that was a human, not under the Accords, didn't kill Marcone, which, okay, is kind of confusing, because if she has this power and doesn't really care about the Accords because everyone can go up against her and die, then there must be some, like, something that she is afraid of. So, Harry, look out for that. Please find it soon before everyone dies. The tense feeling that, like, even I felt it. I was like, whoa, this hatred for humans. I'm gonna die. Oh wait, I'm not in the book. I wish I was. Well, kind of. And it's really kind of scary because we haven't had that before. Even Mab was human once. She works with humans a little bit, and she seemed like the hardest to reach. Vaterung, he deals with humans and mortals. Hades deals with mortal souls. Like, everyone has a touch of it with them. So just because you live under the ocean with the former apparently makes you hate humans or something. Because you're a Titan, you probably ate humans for lunch when you were a Titan. Like, okay, whatever. Get your snack somewhere else. I'm so annoyed. But that was just something we haven't really seen before. Because magic and humanity, I feel like it kind of intertwines. And even the belief in all the gods and everything, it powers them on with belief and magic and all that stuff. Mortals, they're handy in multiple ways. Like, the vampires feed off of them. Prophets, Marcone is obviously profiting a lot, but also helping others too, which is... He's good. He's good, but I think it's almost time for him to end. Maybe. And I like this new introduction of a character that, like, is so far on one side. Like, we thought Mab, here's Harry, and then we thought Mab was, like, way over here. Well, it turns out Ithanu is, like, way over there. Maybe off the charts. The outsiders, they're, like, way out. I don't even put them on the spectrum because I don't understand them at all. Which is kind of the point. I love the point that it's something that you can't even fathom. And that's gonna come in again as well. Which just... I can't fathom it. So we have all of these things that are just gonna blow up. And all of these feelings that are just gonna boil up until the next half of the book comes out. And I really hope that Battleground is thicker than this. It has to be. But then that's a really long conflict, because if this was the whole build-up for the conflict, then what's the rest? What's the rest? Like, what is Battleground? Is it just one big straight-up line and then maybe goes down? Because we were here, and then peace talks went up here and like leveled out, and then it's gonna go like woo. If you are in the same pain that I am right now about this book, I am sincerely sorry, and let's talk about it in the comments, please. I will respond as quickly as possible, and I want my feelings to be resolved. I really hope that yours can be resolved as well. While we're dying for Battleground, before we were dying for peace talks, it has been many years since the last book, 2 or 3, I believe. I didn't have to go through that pain, thankfully, but now the pain is doubling, tripling, because I feel like Skin Game didn't really have the terrible cliffhanger ending. It was kind of like, okay, this is fine. I kind of like this ending. Peace talks, no. I hated the ending. The ending was supposed to make me hate it. I acknowledge that, but I hated it still. Oh, one other really random point. Ow. I thought of another couple points. Whatever. We worked with Gray again. I love Goodman Gray. I don't know him very well, but I love him because he's good, smart, and he works for $1. I still want to know what that really means. The second thing was we got to see Molly's parents still don't know about her, and Harry promised to tell them with her, which I love. Again, good. And finally, woo, we get to see the weapons from the vault maybe being used, because Harry got the athame, okay, the knife looking thing, and then the 10 Commandment thing. I don't understand. Okay, I'm not really religious. I don't understand what the specific things are by the very vague references of them. So please help me please clarify if you can. I don't exactly understand the power that they have. I don't know if any of us do, because we don't know. We thought the swords were one of the most powerful holy artifacts, and we got to see more of that because Waldo with the golden sword. But I think these artifacts are going to be more than like a possessed angel. It's going to be like God's will possessed or something else like that. That's what I'm really excited for out of everything, other than, you know, maybe getting the conflict resolved. Sorry, the lighting is really weird now. But, okay, this is the end of the video and of my heart and soul. Thank you for watching the video talking about Peace Talks, the deep dive, deeper dive. And if you are going through the pain that I am, please comment down below and tell me anything that I've missed or anything that I got wrong. Of course, it's always welcome in the comments because I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to people about this book because I'm frustrated and confused, and I love the writing. I just love it, okay? I never, like, hate a book. I never hate a Jim Butcher book. Like, that's impossible. But I've never not liked a book. Sure, maybe there's something that I wouldn't read again or wouldn't recommend, but I love writing, I love reading, and I love the art form, so this is not a bad book, it's just not my favorite. And it may be even better after we read Battleground because we'll appreciate it more. But for right now, see ya. Oh, see